ৰূপহী গুণৰো নাই শেষ ভাৰতৰে পূৰ্ব দিশৰ সূৰ্য উঠা দেশ অসমী আই ৰূপহী গুণৰো নাই শেষ ভাৰতৰে পূৰ্ব দিশৰ সূৰ্য উঠা দেশ গোটেই জীৱন বিচাৰিলেও অলেখ দিবস ৰাতি গোটেই জীৱন বিচাৰিলেও অলেখ দিবস ৰাতি অসম দেশৰ দৰে নেপাওঁ ইমান ৰসাল মাটি চিৰ বিনন্দিয়া তোমাৰ সেউজ পৰিৱেশ ভাৰতৰে পূৰ্ব দিশৰ সূৰ্য উঠা দেশ বহাগতে আমাৰে আই মহুৰা হৈ ঘূৰে বহাগতে আমাৰে আই মহুৰা হৈ
I would once again request all our students, guardians and faculty members that to ensure a smooth and a dignified flow of this prestigious ceremony, I would request everybody present here to kindly refrain from clicking pictures during the entire ceremony. And we have our special photographers, and we do assure you that the best images will be captured and it will be uploaded in the university website where you'll be able to download it. And I'd also request everyone to remain seated with their mobile phones either on the switched off or silent mode and do not come near the stage during the entire ceremony. We'll be really grateful. Thank you. A very warm welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Well, we welcome all present, all our distinguished gathering at Gauhati University, where we stand at the threshold of a transformative movement in academia and technology. Today, at the prestigious BKB Auditorium, we come together to celebrate academic brilliance as we honor the meritorious students, subject toppers of 2024, and partake in the ceremonial distribution of certificate for graduates of previous convocations. Well, these young minds embody perseverance, dedication, and excellence, and it is a privilege to recognize their achievements today. We will today take a momentous step towards the future of communication technology with the inauguration of the state-of-the-art 5G use case lab. Well, this initiative will propel innovation, research, and digital advancements to unprecedented heights. We will be joined today as our chief guest, the Honorable Union Minister of Communications and Development of Northeastern Region, Shri Jyotiraditya Scindia, well, whose vision and leadership continue to shape the technological landscape of our nation. Well, as we embark on this remarkable journey today, let us celebrate the spirit of progress, the pursuit of knowledge, and the limitless potential of innovation. Well, our chief guest, the Honorable Union Minister, will join us in a short while from now, and we'll also have on the days for this prestigious ceremony the respected Vice Chancellor of Gauhati University, Professor Noni Gopal Mohanto Dangoria, the Registrar, Professor Utpal Kharma, the Secretary, University Classes, Dr. Hemanta Kumar Nath Dangoria, and immediately after arrival of our chief guest, we will begin today's ceremony. And I'd also once again request everyone to kindly keep their mobile phones either on the switched off or silent mode. Our Honorable Union Minister, sir, will be welcomed with a vibrant cultural procession showcasing the rich heritage and tradition of our region. So I'm sure you all are eagerly awaiting for his arrival. And once again, I would request everyone to kindly refrain from clicking pictures or to come near the stage during the entire ceremony. And after the Honorable Union Minister, our chief guest, departs for the next meeting, I would request everyone to kindly be seated until then. Thank you. পৰম শ্ৰদ্ধাৰ সুজীবৃন্দ, মই আপোনাক সবক জনাবলৈ পাই আনন্দিত হৈছোঁ। ইতিমধ্যে আমাৰ আজিৰ এই সভাখনিৰ মুখ্য অতিথি মাননীয় কেন্দ্ৰীয় মন্ত্ৰী মহোদয় আমাৰ আজিৰ এই সভাৰ দিশে ৰাওনা হৈছে আৰু হয়তো 10-15 মিনিটৰ ভিতৰত তেখেত আমাৰ মাজত আহি উপস্থিত হ'বহি। তেখেতৰ উপস্থিতিৰ পাছতে আমি আমাৰ আজিৰ কাৰ্যসূচী আৰম্ভ কৰিম। I would request all present to kindly be seated and to keep their mobile phones either on the switched off or silent mode, please. Ladies and gentlemen, we are delighted to inform you that our chief guest for today, the Honorable Union Minister, Sri Jyotiraditya Scindia, has already arrived and will join us for this auspicious occasion in a short while. He's been welcomed with a vibrant cultural procession showcasing the rich heritage and tradition of our region. I'd once again request all our students and everybody present here to kindly refrain from clicking pictures during the ceremony and to remain seated. Stage or LED? Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming our chief guest, Honorable Union Minister of Communications and Development of Northeastern Region, Shri Jyotiraditya Scindia. आज के इस विशेष सभा में आपका बहुत बहुत अभिवादन। I request everyone to kindly rise for the University Anthem. ধন্যবাদ। May I now request we will now proceed for the formal felicitation ceremony. May I now request the respected Vice Chancellor of Gauhati University, Professor Nonni Gopal Mohanto Dangoria, to felicitate our chief guest, Honorable Union Minister, Shri Jyotiraditya Scindia ji. आज के इस विशेष सभा में हम आपका हार्दिक अभिवादन करते हैं। धन्यवाद। May I now humbly request the respected Vice Chancellor of Gauhati University, Professor Nonni Gopal Mohanto Dangoria, to kindly deliver the welcome address.
Namaskar. Honorable Union Minister Sri Jyotiraditya Scindia Dangoria, distinguished officials from Ministry of Communication and Donor, my esteemed colleagues from Gauhati University, guests, and dear student friends. জিলিকাব লুই তৰে পাৰ হাসি পাতে ভাষা দিব সিফুঙে আশা দিব ৰংঘৰে মেলিব দুৱাৰ সমাজে সাবতিব মহান মানৱতাক বিজ্ঞানে আনিব জোৱাৰ This university anthem, rendered and composed by Dr. Bhupen Hazarika, exemplifies the optimism that Gauhati University would enlighten the banks of river Brahmaputra. Hasipat, Sifung, Ronghar all epitomize Assam's ethnic, linguistic, and cultural heritage. Society will embrace humanism, and the method for actualizing these goals will be scientific, Bigyane Aniba Juar. It gives me a feeling of immense honor and privilege to welcome the Honorable Union Minister to Gauhati University on the occasion of ceremonial distribution of certificates and felicitation of meritorious students and inauguration of 5G lab. I would like to mention for your kind information, sir, that Gauhati University was established way back in 1948, and over the years it has emerged as the largest university of the region. The university has 300 plus affiliated constituent colleges, and it has completed 75 years in the year 2023, and we have 3 lakh students with our affiliating colleges. The university always upholds certain core values as central to its existence, which include social reach as an institutional heritage, preservation and promotion of diversity, employability through skill development, transformation through technology, thereby continuing tirelessly and forever energized by the never-ending pursuit of excellence. As the Honorable Union Minister for Communication and Development of Northeastern Region, Government of India, Sri Jyotiraditya Scindia has carried forward the vision of Honorable Prime Minister of India towards ensuring the all-round progress and development of Northeastern region, truly emphasizing in letter and spirit the gradual transformation of Northeast India as India's Ashtalakshmi. In addition to overseeing the development in rail, road, and air connectivity to and from Northeast, Sri Scindiaji has also worked towards fulfilling the avowed goals and objectives of Act-East policy. In coming days, we shall look forward for your mentorship, guidance, and help to herald 21st century 4.0 education skills at Gauhati University. With these words, sir, I once again welcome you to Gauhati University. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for setting the tone of the ceremony. Ladies and gentlemen, we will now proceed for the ceremonial distribution of certificates and felicitation of meritorious students, the toppers of 2024.
We will now offer the certificates ceremonially to those whom the Gauhati University has already offered the degrees in various disciplines in the earlier convocations and who have applied for.
So will our students stand up? Great. I'm extremely happy and pleased to offer the certificates of different degrees to the students who have been qualified for their degrees in various disciplines and have been offered their degrees by Gauhati University in the earlier convocations, and I wish you all success in your lives.
Applicants for PhD degrees will receive their degrees from Honorable Union Minister Pratiksha Sharma, Jafreen Farha Hussain,
My pleasure and my honor. Excellent. And what are you going to do now, Jack? I'm already here only. Congratulations. All the best.
Bimal Kumar Kolita,
Congratulations, Vimal. Well done. Congratulations. You did your PhD. And what are you going to do? Well done. Congratulations.
Khanindra Kumar Bormon,
We will now offer the certificates of toppers who stood first in various programs in the 2024 final examinations of Gauhati University.
Stand up.
Sir, please.
Okay, where are my toppers? Ah, here they are. So,
Sir, you have to read this.
but at least I must meet them first. Oh, okay. So I'm happy and pleased to offer the topper certificates to the students who stood first in the final examinations of 2024 in various departments and programs of Gauhati University. Wish you all the very best.
The toppers will receive their certificates from the Honorable Union Minister. Priyangsha Srivastav, Commerce Integrated MCOM. Tulika Bora, Law LLM.
Okay, everyone, this is amazing. Tulika ji has got 100 out of 100. We need a big round of applause for her. Come on, this is not good enough. 100%. Come on, a very, very big round of applause.
Khushbu Firdaus. Okay. Khushbu Firdaus, Anthropology MA. Mahmudul Hassan, Arabic. Nazbul Alam Sarkar. Nobakanto Borua, Assamese. Sondrama Kolita, Assamese. Mon Debnath, Bengali. Priya Boro, Boro. Kasturi Sutia, Modern Indian Languages and Literary Studies. Onnekha Borua, Economics MA. Jusita Pathok, Education. Nishigandha Sharma, English.
All the very best. What did you top in? Education. Well done. And now? Well done. Nishigandha. Very nice. What did you
Jimoni Nath, English language teaching.
All the best, Imani. All the very best. What did you top in? Very good. And now PhD? Good. Congratulations.
Nihar Sonowal, geography MA.
Nia, geography? Oh, well, how much? All the best. And now?
Debipriya Bothakur, history.
Devipriya ji, all the best. Congratulations. How much? What subject? History. All the very best.
Annekha Kashyap, linguistics.
All the best. Pesha, all the very best. Congratulations. What subject? Linguistics. And how much?
Ajay Sarkar, communication and journalism.
Ajay, all the best. What subject? Ask. What all did you? All the very best. Congratulations.
Tafel Ahmed Borbhuya, Persian.
बहुत बधाई आपको. Persian. Very good. बहुत अच्छे. Professor बनोगे. All the best.
Shivangi Kashyap, philosophy.
Shivangi, all the best. What subject? Philosophy. Doctor. Follow that.
Priyanka Kaur, political science.
Priyanka, political science. Want to become a politician? All the best.
Anisha Goswami, psychology.
All the very best. What subject? Psychology. How much? Well done.
Pragya Devi Bhuya, sociology.
All the very best. What subject? Excellent. Congratulations. Tanya ji, all the best.
Tanya Khangembang, sociology.
Sociology. And now what will you? All the best.
Susma Brahma, women's studies.
Sushma ji, you're very popular. Well done. What did you top in? Excellent. Congratulations. And now what?
Gonojit Kolita, MBA. Gonojit's mother is there to collect the certificate on his behalf.
Very best. Congratulations. All the best. What subject? What's the subject?
Orsona Gita Hoikya, library and information science.
Very well done. Congratulations. What's your subject? Well done. Kaushik?
Kaushik Das, commerce MCom. Sweetie Chakraborty, anthropology MSc.
All the best. Kya subject? Well done. Congratulations.
Barkhobi Bhorali, biotechnology.
All the best. Congratulations to you. Biotech. Very good. Are you going to go become a scientist? And then after that, scientist.
Suraj Phukan, botany.
All the best. Botany. Well done. Congratulations. Are you going to become a botanist? Good. Good.
Debasish Sharma, chemistry. His father is there to collect his degree.
मेरे तरफ से बधाई देना.
Collect his certificate on his behalf.
Give her all the best.
Supriya Bora, computer science.
All the best. CS. Well done. Congratulations.
Janashrita Kashyap, economics MSc.
All the very best. Heartiest congratulations. All the best.
Vishal Datta, electronics and communication technology.
Oh, your electronics and communication technology. Wonderful. So what do you want to do now? Good. Join the semiconductor lab. Okay.
Swarnamoy Nath, environmental science.
All the best. Environmental studies. Excellent. Now,
Nazia Rasool, geography MSc.
Nazia, बहुत बधाई. All the best. What did you study? Geography.
Bijoy Lakshmi Honowal, geological sciences.
Joy Lakshmi ji. All the very best.
Arpita Paul, information technology MSc.
All the very best. Congratulations. What subject?
Rupkumar Mondal, instrumentation and applied sciences MSc. Shubhankar Majumdar, Mathematics MSc. Hunmili Hansepi, Microbiology. Mostaq Ahmed, Physics. Swarnali Das, Wildlife Science. Parthona Bora, Zoology. Dipankar Das, Material Science and Technology, MTech. Devabrat Sharma, Signal Processing and Communication, MTech. Rupam Bora, Signal Processing and VLSI Design, MTech. Madhav Paul, Information Technology, MTech. Bidisa Siring Borwa, Information Technology, BTech. Plavita Borwa, Computer Science and Engineering. Mostaq Ahmed, Physics.
Thank you. Well, now may I humbly request our chief guest to kindly officially inaugurate the 5G use case lab digitally by pressing the remote button. Thank you. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's my privilege now to invite the Honorable Union Minister, Shri Jyotiraditya Scindia Mohoday, to kindly address the august gathering. Kindly, sir.
Seated on the dais with me, Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor Nanni Gopal Mahantoji, Professor Utpal Sarmaji, our Registrar, Dr. Hemant Kumar Nathji, Secretary of our university classes, faculty of Gauhati University seated before me today, and most importantly, my members of my graduating class, toppers who have been awarded today across multiple academic streams, my wonderful students present at this historic function, ladies and gentlemen. It truly is a privilege and an honor to be here at Gauhati University. It's been my desire for a long time to come and spend some time at this historical institution. This institution, ladies and gentlemen, has been a pillar of knowledge, has been a beacon of academic excellence that has contributed certainly to Gauhati, certainly to Assam, but also most definitely to the growth path of our beloved country, Bharat Mata. And as we gather here today to award those who have excelled in their various fields, to confer doctorates and degrees to those who have passed through the hallowed portals of this institution, we must not only acknowledge those that have performed in the present, but also celebrate the legacy of this great institution. Gauhati University is one amongst those temples of learning of India that have contributed to India's rise as a nation. From the inception of her freedom, 78 years ago, to the global powerhouse that she has become today as the 5th largest economy in the world. And as I stand before you today, I recall the spirit of Bhupendra's words, his anthem, where he said, quote unquote, Jilika bo lui tore par, which exemplifies that this is the institution which has illuminated the banks of the Brahmaputra. An institution that has illuminated the length and breadth of Assam. And all of you seated today in this auditorium are that light that Bhupendra talked about, that will go on to illuminate Assam, our country, and the world in the days to come. As India has transformed, Assam has played a very pivotal role in that transformation. I come to you today from Advantage Assam 2.0, our Infrastructure and Investment Summit. And as India has transformed in the last 10 years, Assam has led that charge. Under the leadership of Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji, as India moves towards her destiny of an Atmanirbhar Bharat, her destiny of a Viksit Bharat, her destiny of a Vishwaguru. In the last decade, India has grown at 6.5%, 7% GDP decadal growth rate, which is 400 to 500 basis points ahead of the world. But if you look at that constellation within India, Assam has spearheaded that growth with 12.5% GDP growth rate in our state over the last 10 years. That is your proud heritage. That, young friends, is your legacy. And I see before me here today, I see before me not students alone. I see before me not graduates alone. I see before me leaders, innovators, and change makers that will transform my country going forward. The bevy of talent that I had the honor of meeting today. And that's why I spent a brief moment, and I was being urged by people to hasten the process. But I've come here to spend time with you. I've come here to learn about you, your aspirations, your dreams, your desires. Because if India has to travel on her journey from her Amrit Kal to her Shatabdi Kal, 2022 to 2047, these 25 years, that transformation, my young friends, of India into the Arthik Shakti of the world. And not only the Arthik Shakti of the world, but into the Adhyatmik Shakti of the world. Because it is only our country that has the economic power in terms of her muscle and bones. But it is only our country that has the philosophical power in her heart to be able to forge ahead in the world, and that dream will only be brought to reality by this generation sitting here before me today. And the talent I interacted with today, from my young friends who are physicists, my young friends who want to be anthropologists, my young friends who want to be botanists, my young friends who want to be wildlife conservationists. That spectrum of talent you will not get in any country in the world apart from India. 70% of India today is below the age of 35. And don't ask me my age, because then my secret will be out. 70% of India means a 1.4 billion population. 17% of the world. 70% of that is almost 1 billion people. That is our youth dividend. So we have a demographic dividend. We have a democratic dividend. 1 billion people, that's 3 times the population of the United States of America, 2 times the population of United Europe. That is my youth capability in my country, represented in Gauhati University here today. And so the next paradigms, the next disruptive technologies, I firmly believe the foundation that has been set up by the Prime Minister, the next disruptive technologies, the next paradigm changes are not going to come from the US of A, are not going to come from Japan, are not going to come from Europe. They will come from India. And as Telecom Minister, I have said, we were behind the world in 4G. We marched with the world in 5G. And with confidence, I say, we will lead the world in 6G. A country that has been known for its services. When we moved from 4G to 5G, when we moved from 3G to 4G, many telecom service providers were taking international technology. The Prime Minister made it his resolve that BSNL, our national service provider, we will make our own domestic 4G stack and we will transform ourselves from a service-led nation to a product-led nation. And today I'm proud to report to you, in a period of 18 months, the private sector and the public sector, government-owned company CDOT, private sector company Tejas, with an Indian SI, system integrator, TCS, all 3 together, came up with our own 4G stack. And we are only the 5th country in the world to have our own 4G technology, a leader in the world in the telecom space today. And Assam, let me tell you, is also heralding that change. Youth today represent the 3 S's. The 3 S's stand for speed, stand for skill, and stand for scale. Speed, skill, and scale. And it is only this government under the leadership of Prime Minister Narendra Modi that is trying to match the pace of the youth of our country with speed, with skill, and with scale. In 10 years, imagine this. A country that was the 11th largest economy has now become the 5th largest economy. And by 2030, we will become the 3rd largest economy in the world, leaving Germany and Japan behind us. A country that had only 90,000 kilometers of highways. We today have more than 160,000 kilometers of highways. A country that had only 74 airports. In the Northeast, 2 states did not even have a single airport, Arunachal and Sikkim. Today, that same country, from 74 airports, we have 160 airports in the last 10 years. The Northeast had only 9 airports. Today, we have 17 airports. We used to build 12 kilometers of road a day in the country. Today, we build 15 kilometers of road a day alone in Assam. That ladies and gentlemen, is the scale of change. But along with scale must come skill. Along with speed must come skill. And the emphasis on skills today. I'm glad to know that in Assam, we have built a Northeast Skills Center in partnership with ITEES of Singapore to make sure that our youth are prepared for Industry 4.0. I'm reminded today of the words of Rudra Baruaji, who said when the Satyaghat bridge was built, he composed a poem which went something like this, and I quote, Ashare Chakiti Jole O Luitor. Unquote. The bridge across the Luit kindles the lamp of hope. And it is you, my young friends, that will kindle that lamp of hope for Assam, for India, and for the rest of the world. Today we have a fab, a semiconductor fab being built in Assam. It probably was a dream of this generation seated before me today. That dream today has become a reality. Semiconductors are the future of the world. But the epicenter has become Assam. A 27,000 crore investment in semiconductors in Assam. And I'm very confident that in the next 3 to 5 years, when we look at new systems of AI, when we look at new systems of ML, machine learning, when we look at new systems of IoT, many of those fundamental precepts will be grounded in the semiconductor chips which are produced from this ancient land of Assam. I'm very happy today that as Gauhati University has always instituted training programs for our students to be able to participate in that journey with the inauguration of a 5G use case lab in Gauhati University. And I am very confident that this 5G use case lab, which is based on an open RAN system, will lead to new innovations in the days to come. It will transform the way we work in the world. It will transform ideas, lead, create, and transform them into actualization and reality. And those 5G use cases will not only help the software human resource of our country and the world, but it will help the farmer on his fields as he uses nutrients based on that 5G use case technology, as he uses water to irrigate his fields. That 5G use case will proliferate the capability of our country to spread education to the last village in our country, to take telemedicine in healthcare to the last village in our country. And I am very confident that my young cohort here, in many ways, will spearhead that change. And as you shape the future, ladies and gentlemen, as you change the way you work, communicate, live, and innovate, there are few words of advice I would like to leave with you, based on my experience as a student, based on my experience as an investment banker, based on my experience as a public servant, based on my experience as a member of parliament, based on my experience as a son, based on my experience as a father, and based on my experience as a citizen of our beloved country. 4 pieces of advice I'd like to leave with you. The first, always keep an internal GPS system with you. As you pass through the hallowed portals of this institution and you venture into life, it is but natural that you will confront uncertainties. You will come to a fork on the road where you will have to take decisions. And at that point of decision making, there is a feeling of vulnerability. Am I doing the right thing? Is this the right choice I'm making in my life? And at that point of time, something that will steady your course, always in life, is an internal GPS system. And what does an internal GPS system do? It shows you the path that you must take to your destination. But also, when you are, an internal GPS system recalibrates and reroutes you. And therefore, if you have that always with you, it will steady your path. It will keep you on the correct and the right path. A path that is enshrined in integrity. A path that is enshrined in innovation. As life moves on, and life moves at a very rapid pace, the one thing that your parents have left you with, the one thing that professors have left you with, apart from the pedagogy, apart from the curriculum, is a sense of true morals and true values. Always keep those morals and values close to your heart. Those must be unbendable. Those must be uncompromisable. And along with that, an innovative capability. I remember I had the good fortune of attending Stanford Business School, and also had the good fortune of being taught by the founder of Intel, Andy Grove. And I remember on the last day of class, we had those sliding boards at Stanford. And when we walked into class, he said, "I've got nothing to say to you. I wish you all the very best, whatever path of life you choose to tread on. There are 4 words that I have left on this board for you. I want you to read them and keep them with you every day of your life, irrespective of the career you choose." And so we were all wondering what those 4 words would be. And then, wishing us the best, he left the classroom. So we went and rushed down and raised the board which was behind the whiteboard that had been placed in front of it. And the 4 words that were left on the board by him, and I still remember it vividly, the 4 words were, "Only the paranoid survive. So be paranoid. Always look for change. Always look for innovation. Always look at how you can positively disrupt a paradigm. Because it is that innovation that carries the maximum value with it. The other words I want to leave with you is always in life, set goals for the year, but monitor your progress by the quarter. Now, 2 or 3 months ago, all of us took the familiar New Year resolutions. I will do X or I will do Y in the year. Now, why is it that New Year resolutions never get realized? Because as time goes by, the commitment to that cause starts to falter, and eventually the goals fail. Always break up your ambition and your target into small, achievable chunks, which you can measure quarter by quarter. And if you are instrumental in doing that, I guarantee you success will definitely be yours. The third piece of advice I want to leave with you is that as the world has moved forward, और हमारे शास्त्रों में लिखा गया है कि कलयुग का जमाना है, all of us crave for personal time. All of us crave for me time. But remember, the most important thing in life are your relationships, especially within your family. Within my family, I had an unwritten rule when I was a child, put in place by my father, that whenever we are at home, irrespective of how busy we are, we as kids, my sister and I, in terms of academics and studying, as most of you are, my father with his public service, we would take out that 1.5 hours during meal times and spend time together. And during that time, I know I'm the telecom minister, but please keep this switched off. That is the time when you spend time together as a family. Not quantity of time, but quality of time. Your talk may be mundane, may be ordinary, but you build relationships, father to mother, husband to wife, daughter to father, son to mother, and so on and so forth. And those bonds are the most important in life. Many of you need to look around yourselves. Those seated on your right and those seated on your left. Your cohort, as you graduate from these portals, there is no guarantee of when your paths will cross again. But those bonds that you have built whilst you are here, you must try and maintain them throughout the life. In life, we all juggle many balls. Multitasking has become the mantra. But many of those balls are made of unbreakable substances. But relationships are made of glass balls. If they fall and if they break, it is impossible to build them back. So treasure your relationships. The final word that I want to say to you today is that as you pass through this institution, this historical institution, and as you step into the world, you carry just not a degree, you carry just not the name of this institution, but you also carry a huge responsibility. You carry a responsibility to yourselves. You carry a responsibility to your communities. And most of all, you carry a responsibility towards your nation. Today is the birthday of the great Muhammad Ali, the king of the ring, as he was always called. But he was not only a king inside the ring, but he was also a king outside the ring. For his mindset, for his sense of discipline, for his beliefs. And I end with a quote of his. And he said that if my mind can conceive it, if my mind can conceive it, and my heart can believe it, if my mind can conceive it and my heart can believe it, then I can achieve it. So my young friends, as you move on in life, as you embark from your present into your future, do well, but also do good. Do well, but also do good. Set ambitious goals. Work with purpose. And always keep moving forward. Because today is not just an ending, but it is the beginning of something far greater for all of you. Thank you very much for having me.
आपके प्रेरणादायक और ज्ञानवर्धक शब्दों के लिए आपका बहुत बहुत आभार. As we conclude this distinguished gathering, once again express our deepest gratitude to the Honorable Union Minister, Sir, for his gracious presence and insightful words. I now...
So, does anyone have a couple of questions? Any questions? Comments?
If anybody has a question, you can step forward. Can we have a cordless mic again in the auditorium?
Can you raise your hand if anyone has a question, comment? I much prefer a dialogue than a monologue. No one? Come on. No, let me get one of the students first. Yeah, okay. So, I want you to take your name. Whoever gets the mic, I want you to take your name, and I want to know what is it that you want to do in life. Before you ask the question.
Thank you, sir. Introducing myself, I am Dr. Jafrin Farha Hussain, and today's convocation is actually not for me. Actually, I am a 5-year-old PhD award winner, actually. So thank you for Gauhati University for giving me this opportunity. But sir, I am really delighted to listen to what you spoke about. I just want to not ask, but just to share one thing, that in today's world of artificial intelligence, how does the younger youth of today's generation cope with what is genuine and what is artificial?
So that's a...
Pardon, sir? My name is Jafrin Farha Hussain.
So Jafrin has posed a very important philosophical question, a regulatory question, and a question that provokes a tremendous amount of thought. So technology, always remember, and this is not new to just AI, but over time has always brought along with it many dividends, but has also brought along with it the ability for its misuse. And therefore the call, no one needs to go with me, I can handle myself. You agree with me or not? Okay, all right. So, and therefore the call for regulatory systems. And by regulatory systems, I don't mean government alone. I mean us as citizens. We have to be participatory in ensuring that society itself has a check and balance on itself. So government has to now, the chasm or the gap between government and stakeholders, and most importantly, government and citizens, that gap has to be completely bridged. And all countries across the world today are grappling with this. But as technology moves, so must regulation. Because at the end of the day, we need to protect privacy. We need to protect possible misuse so that the ability to deceive gets completely minimalized. But that's evolving as we speak, and that's one of the biggest challenges that we are today grappling with. Any other questions, comments? Yeah, go ahead.
Sir, myself Kasturi, and I have completed my master's from ML department. So, sir, my question for you is, sir, I want to represent my people in politics because I am a spokesperson of AGP. But basically, sir, my question is, Assam has been always a particular region of India who saw insurgency, who saw many movements, who saw different issues in youths. So what do you think, how youth of Assam can really make a change? How youth of Assam can really make that dream come into a reality? The dream we have been talking for years after years, the dream of innovation, the dream of prosperity, and the dream of a better and the real golden Assam. Thank you, sir.
So, Kasturi, right? So, Kasturi, one, if I may just correct you, don't make your career politics. Okay? I'm not a politician. And this is not a joke, I'm serious, right? I'm not a politician. I treat my career not as a politician, but I treat my career as a public servant. And there's a big difference between the two. The problem is that politics has become the goal. लक्ष्य निर्धारित करना और उसका रास्ता चुनना, ये बहुत महत्वपूर्ण है. राजनीति हमारा लक्ष्य नहीं होना चाहिए. जनसेवा हमारा लक्ष्य होना चाहिए और राजनीति केवल एक माध्यम होनी चाहिए उस लक्ष्य की पूर्ति करने के लिए. So politics has to become the path to serve, and not service become the path to politics. So the end goal has to be public service. If you're able to even impact a single person's life through your service, your life is worth living. Right? And that's the satisfaction that a public servant must get in his or her heart. And now to answer your question, I believe that Assam is already on that path. Before I became Minister of Donor, I never spent so much time in Assam or in the 8 states. Assam and the 7 sisters that I'm spending here today. And I mean, in the Northeast, I honestly think that the Northeast has the maximum potential to be able to bridge not India, but the world with the global South. Go back in your history 1,000 years. The maximum trade routes used to be through here. The maximum commerce used to take place through here. We need to be able to rebuild those capabilities. And that's happening today. When I talked about the fact that we all, because I treat myself as a Northeastern also now, so we all are growing at 12.5%, 15%, whereas the country is going at 7%. तो इंजन की गाड़ी तो अब उत्तर पूर्वी राज्य बन गए भैया. Your GDP today is 75 billion, 80 billion in Assam alone. In another 6 years, the target is to grow to 150 billion. The first semiconductor fab that's being set up in India, the first in India, is in Assam. Your 5G use case lab is now in Gauhati University. Your innovation is going to happen from here. All the doctorate students that I met today, physicists, mathematicians, botanists, so glad to see my wildlife conservationist. Where's my wildlife conservationist? Please stand up. Round of applause for her. She's done her PhD on dolphins, correct? Yeah. That capability is already here in Assam. Your largest data center, the largest data center in Asia is being set up here. Hyperscale 4 data center, over 1 million square feet. Pharmaceutical companies are here. Most of the IP today, intellectual property in the country, is being based here. And what don't we have in the Northeast? From services to tourism, if there is a Shangri-La anywhere in the world, it is in my Northeast. Living root bridges in Meghalaya. Ahom mounds in Assam. Agarwood. I never knew that oud, the maximum capability of oud production today is in the Northeast in the world, not in India. Assam and Tripura. Right? Bamboo. I had no clue that out of 1,500 orchid varieties in the world, 750 can be grown in Arunachal. Why the hell are we importing orchids from Thailand? That whole capability today is in the Northeast. What is there not here? But that potential of change has come now. Why? Because the infrastructure base, the foundation has been laid by PM. On that, the IT highway now is being laid. BharatNet is a $16.9 billion rural broadband project, the largest in the world. It will connect all 250,000 gram panchayats and 380,000 villages in addition on demand. No country in the world has that. What will that do? That will take that IT capability not only in Gauhati, not only in Imphal, not only in Gangtok, but it will take it to every village in the Northeast. That capability is now coming to the Northeast. And you are already showing the rest of India the way. So you are well on your path. We need to follow you. Thank you very much.
वादे नहीं इरादे लेके आए माननीय केंद्रीय मंत्री जी का हम तहे दिल से धन्यवाद करते हैं. Can we continue to have a tremendous round of applause for the dynamic leader whose vision and leadership continues to shape the technological landscape of our nation. I would now request everyone to kindly rise for the national anthem to be followed by the state anthem. Thank you. Namaskar. The Honorable Union Minister, sir, would now proceed to the Vice Chancellor's office. I request everyone in the auditorium to be seated until the Chief Guest departs. I request everyone to kindly be seated. And also, the certificate applicants are requested to remain seated in the auditorium as their certificate will be distributed here in the hall itself. And we also have arranged for some light refreshments which have been arranged outside the auditorium. I request the esteemed faculty and the students to kindly proceed for the light refreshment which has been arranged just outside the auditorium in the last two exits of the hall. The toppers and the PhD students will have their refreshments in the hall itself. I request them to be seated. Certificate applicants আৰু PhDৰ toppers আৰু PhDৰ যিখিনি ছাত্ৰ ছাত্ৰী আছে তেওঁলোকক লঘু আহাৰ ইয়াতে দিয়া হ'ব অৰ্থাৎ ৰিফ্ৰেছমেণ্টছ সমূহ হলতে আপোনালোকক দিয়া হ'ব
This is an announcement for all the toppers. Please be seated here. Your refreshment will be served here. There is a token of appreciation for all the toppers, which will be distributed here in this auditorium. So please be seated here. I told you.